The so-called Albanian hacking tool isn't a single program. It's a playbook of cyber warfare tactics used by a sophisticated Iranian state-sponsored group. Rather than one tool, it's a collection of techniques, tactics, and procedures, TTPs, deployed in coordinated campaigns. The group behind these attacks has targeted Albania, Israel, and the United States, using a blend of custom malware and legitimate software to infiltrate, steal, and destroy. Their operations are not about financial gain, but about disruption and sending a political message through digital destruction. These are not random hacks. They're targeted, planned, and executed with precision. The attackers want to be seen. Their goal is to demoralize and destabilize, not just to steal data. After the initial breach and data leak, the real damage comes in the destructive phase, overwriting system components, encrypting drives, and making recovery nearly impossible. This marks a shift from traditional espionage, where stealth is key. Here, visibility and impact are the objectives. We're witnessing nation-state actors with resources and clear geopolitical agendas, blurring the lines between espionage and outright sabotage. By understanding their methods, from initial access to final payload, we can better defend against this new era of hybrid cyber warfare. Let's break down how these campaigns unfold and what makes them so devastating. The group orchestrating these attacks is known as Void Manticore, an operational arm of Iran's Ministry of Intelligence and Security. They use multiple online personas, like Homeland Justice and Handala Hack, to claim responsibility and confuse attribution. Homeland Justice posed as Albanian activists during the 2022 attacks, while Handala Hack has targeted Israel and, more recently, US enterprises. These personas help shape narratives and obscure the group's true origins. Void Manticore's motivations are geopolitical, not financial. They retaliate for perceived aggressions and project power. Their operational security has slipped recently, with mistakes like using Starlink terminals and connecting from Iranian IPs, suggesting pressure or overconfidence. Despite these errors, Void Manticore remains a highly capable and dangerous actor. Their evolving tactics and expanding targets show a group adapting to global events. Understanding their personas is key to tracking and defending against their campaigns. Void Manticore's arsenal is diverse. Custom wipers, repurposed legitimate software, and adaptive scripts. Their signature wipers like Handala Wiper, which overwrite files and erase the master boot record, making systems unbootable. They've developed both compiled and script-based wipers, including PowerShell variants to suit different environments. Attacks on Albania used CL Wiper. Israeli targets saw ByB Wiper, with versions for Windows and Linux. They weaponized trusted tools, like VeraCrypt, encrypting entire drives with no intention of ransom or recovery. Netbird, a legitimate mesh networking tool, is used to create stealthy backdoors and maintain persistent access. These tools let them blend in with normal network traffic, evading detection until it's too late. The combination of custom malware and legitimate software makes their attacks both effective and hard to spot. Their toolkit evolves with each campaign, tailored for maximum destruction. This adaptability is what makes Void Manticore's operation so dangerous. Initial access is often gained through brute force attacks on VPNs, trying countless username and password combinations until one works. They exploit weak or reused passwords, and once inside, VPN traffic appears legitimate, bypassing firewalls. Multi-factor authentication and strong passwords are critical defenses here. They also exploit unpatched software, like the notorious CVE 2019-0604 in Microsoft SharePoint, to run code remotely. This dual approach, brute forcing and vulnerability exploitation, gives them flexibility and reliability. If one method fails, the other might succeed. The lesson: layered security, diligent patching, and robust monitoring are essential to keep attackers out. The first step in their campaign is often the most preventable, if defenses are strong. Once inside, Void Manticore's priority is stealing credentials, especially administrative ones. They dump the memory of the LSAS process on Windows to extract passwords and hashes, using tools like rundle32.exe and mimikatz. Exporting registry hives, SAM and system, gives them more password data to crack offline. With these credentials, they live off the land, moving through the network as if they were legitimate admins. This stealthy approach lets them access servers, databases, and file shares without raising alarms. Credential theft bridges the gap between initial access and destructive action. By blending in, they can position their tools and prepare for maximum impact. Defending against this requires monitoring for credential dumping and enforcing least privilege access. After stealing credentials, the attackers map the network to identify high-value targets. Tools like AidRecon help them enumerate users, groups, and critical infrastructure in Active Directory environments. With a network blueprint, they plan their lateral movement, using RDP, SMB, and FTP to move between systems. NetBird adds another layer, creating a persistent mesh network for stealthy movement. Lateral movement is about expanding control and staging destructive tools across the network. By using legitimate protocols and tools, they avoid detection until the final attack. The goal reaches as many systems as possible before launching the destructive payload. Early detection of unusual internal activity is key to stopping them. Persistence ensures attackers can return even if passwords change or machines reboot. Void Manticore installs custom web shells, like Karma Shell, on public-facing servers, hidden as error pages. These web shells provide a stealthy backdoor for ongoing access and tool deployment. For mass destruction, they abuse Windows Group Policy Objects, GPOs, to deploy wipers across the network. By controlling domain controllers, they push scripts or scheduled tasks to every machine, triggering simultaneous attacks. This synchronized execution overwhelms defenses and maximizes damage. Using legitimate admin features for malicious ends makes detection harder. The result: widespread, coordinated destruction that's difficult to contain. Void Manticore rarely acts alone. Investigations reveal coordination with other Iranian state-sponsored groups. Scarred Manticore, APT-34, oil rig, often handles initial breaches and data theft, operating quietly and gathering intelligence. Once espionage is complete, they hand off access to Void Manticore for the destructive phase. This division of labor combines stealthy spying with loud sabotage, complicating attribution and response. The two-stage approach ensures data is stolen before destruction tips off victims. It also creates layers of obfuscation, making investigations harder. This collaborative model marks a mature, dangerous evolution in state-sponsored cyber operations. Defenders must be prepared for both silent espionage and sudden catastrophic attacks. Void Manticore's campaigns signal a shift from espionage to outright digital destruction. Their blend of custom malware, legitimate tools, and group coordination makes them hard to stop. Defense requires a layered approach. Strong passwords, mandatory MFA, and rigorous patching to keep attackers out. Inside the network, monitor for credential dumping, unusual admin tool use, and lateral movement. Endpoint detection and response, EDR, and network segmentation can limit attacker movement and impact. Assume breaches will happen. Resilience is key. Maintain robust offline backups and regularly test disaster recovery plans. In today's world, cybersecurity is about both prevention and the ability to recover from determined destructive threats.